Hey guys, RanterInShades here. Exercise my first memorized vlog style. And welcome to episode 2 of Shades shirt collection. We will continue where we left off, so let's begin. Alright, so we're going to be starting with this shirt over here of Thin Lizzy, a band that I've adored for a long time. Picked this shirt up the first time I ever came to New York. We passed by a record shop, we decided to go in, and I'm like, oh, I don't have a Thin Lizzy shirt, so I decided to pick up this Thin Lizzy shirt where it says down here, Nightlife. Don't wear this as often because I don't think it's that great of a shirt, but Thin Lizzy, can't really go wrong with them. Thin Lizzy are a band that I really owe a lot of my guitar influence to. Just about every guitarist that's ever been in Thin Lizzy has influenced me somehow. Specifically Scott Gorham, Gary Moore, John Sykes, and I suppose Brian Robertson as well. Next we have a shirt I've worn in one video before, and that would be the What's Wrong With I did on this band, and it's of course Metallica. This shirt is really small now, doesn't really fit me anymore. I like how it says Damage Inc. over here. Damage Inc. is a great track off Master of Puppets. I have a really awesome story to tell about the shirt after I show you the back, which the back is sort of a similar design to the front, except it's, you know, sort of different coloring. But the story I have about this shirt is my grandparents got me this shirt when I think they were on a cruise to, I want to say, the Koreas. And they saw this shirt in a store. They had no idea who Metallica were, but they bought it for me because they thought I would like the design. And when they got me this shirt, I opened it and I'm like, holy shit, Metallica. And they had no idea who Metallica were, but they got me the shirt and I was like, fuck yeah. So, nice little unintentional surprise. Next shirt I got is not a band shirt. And it would be a shirt that's important to me in a different way, and that would be my Frenchwoods shirt. The shirt of the camp that I used to go to. I love Frenchwoods, and if you're a younger viewer of mine and have money, I suppose, definitely go to this camp if you're into performing arts, if you're an actor, if you're a musician, or really, if no matter what you like, Frenchwoods definitely has something for you. I can't recommend this place enough because it definitely made the few summers I spent over there really awesome. I met some great people and did a lot of really awesome shit there, so I cannot recommend this place enough. Next, we have a shirt that I got when I saw Def Leppard. I got this shirt as well as the Def Leppard shirt I showed you earlier, and that would be the unofficial shirt that I got outside when I saw Def Leppard in 2012. The unofficial shirt that also has both Poison and Lita Ford on. And I guess this is the Rock of Ages tour. I guess that's what it's called. But I got this because, hey, you got Def Leppard, Poison, and Lita Ford all on one shirt. That's fucking awesome. And here's the back where we see, let me bring this down a little bit. We see Def Leppard up here and Poison down here. We got the Rock of Ages thing over here, Lita Ford's logo over here. Where is the Mansfield date? Right there. So there is that. I like unofficial shirts because, you know, it has designs that they don't exactly sell you in the venue, so it ends up being a lot cooler. Although I didn't exactly wear that shirt as often as I did the Def Leppard one, but nonetheless. Next is another shirt I got at Comcast Center. It's my other Motley Crue shirt. I don't wear this shirt as often, mainly because, you know, it has all the members on. I don't think it looks that great, but still, it was something my uncle insisted on getting for me because I went to this show with him. Hollywood Bad Boys 1981 Estate. That's what it says there. And on the back, here's what we got. And we actually have dates listed. Where is the Mansfield date? I don't exactly even really live that close to Mansfield, but it's still my favorite venue. Right over there, July 19th, 2011. There it is. Tour 2011. Next, we have ACDC. Got this when I saw ACDC in July 2009 with my uncle, the same uncle that I like to go to concerts with. He's a huge ACDC fan, so I insisted he come to this show with me. This was at Gillette Stadium, where the Patriots as well as the New England Revolution play out, but who gives a shit about the Revolution? Unfortunately, there's no dates on the back, which is unfortunate, but still not a bad design. Up next, we have a shirt that I picked up randomly in, I believe it was Bob's Stores, and this would be Tool. Pretty not bad looking design, but you know, Tool always have really strange designs. If you look at their album covers, which I actually have all of their albums on physical back at my house, they're very strange designs, and this shirt is no exception to that. We see it says, you know, I believe this is Vicarious, that's printed over here. On the sleeve, we have this Tool, Los Angeles, California, and this looks like it could be a Jewish star, but it has more points than a Jewish star does. And I don't even think any of the members in Tool are Jewish. I could be wrong, but... Next, we have Bruce Springsteen, Wrecking Ball Tour. Got this when I went with my family to Fenway Park in 2012 to see Bruce Springsteen. This was a really interesting show. It went on for a really long time, as Bruce Springsteen's concerts tend to do. Apparently, we see a nice old Telecaster that Bruce is known for playing right there. And here's what it looks like on the back. Like I said, Fenway Park. Let me bring this down a little more, and I'll zoom in for you. Fenway Park, August 14th and as well as the 15th, 2012 over there. So yeah, that's when I went. I forget which date I went. I think it was the second one, but don't know. Next, we have a shirt that I bought just because I saw it. I don't care for this band as much as I used to, and even then I never really cared for them as much. But at the same time, you can't exactly go wrong with this band, and this is, of course, Pink Floyd. Everybody probably owns this shirt with Dark Side of the Moon on it. Is there anything on the back? Of course there is something on the back. Dark Side of the Moon, there it is. And over here it says, still first in space. That's what it says over there. Alright, next we have a shirt that I definitely remember getting in New York at either Hot Topic or Spencer's, and this would be Lamb of God. Pretty nice looking design over there with all the skulls and all that. I like the way the logo looks. You can't really go wrong with Lamb of God. They're a really awesome band. Love them, especially their drummer. Nothing on the back. Next is a shirt that I've only worn maybe once or twice in my life that my parents got for me. This is a Rolling Stones shirt. I don't exactly really care for the Rolling Stones all that much. I've always been more of a Beatles guy. I never really liked the Rolling Stones that much. But the reason I got this shirt, well, my parents got me this shirt. It was for my brother's bar mitzvah, and the theme for his party was sports attire. It was, you know, casual. You didn't have to dress up for it. And me being somebody who doesn't own any sports clothing, my parents decided to order me this because the Rolling Stones, along with maybe a few other musicians, this was the only one they could find on eBay, had actually played at Fenway Park, and I'll show you on the back. They were actually on, you know, a ballpark tour. They played in Boston, of course at Fenway Park. They played at Comerica Park in Detroit. They played Rogers Center in Toronto, PNC Park in Pittsburgh, Angel Stadium in Anaheim, Petco Park in San Diego, and SBC Park in San Francisco. This was their tour that they did in 2005. Of course, I didn't see this tour because, you know, I was a bit young for the concert scene at that time, which maybe I wasn't, but, you know. Next, we have a shirt that a friend of mine got me for my birthday. I think it was my 15th birthday, and this would be Led Zeppelin. I don't think this is a vintage shirt because I've seen a couple other friends of mine wear this exact shirt, and it could be highly coincidental that these are all vintage shirts or whatever from their tour in 1975. But it looks pretty vintage. I like the feel of that. Actually looks like a shirt from the 70s, but, you know. Next we have a shirt that is not a band shirt, and you're gonna think I'm the most fanboyish person ever for getting this shirt, but, you know, this is something I'm really shameless about. Yep! I actually have a shirt of Muse Productions. Yep. This isn't even really an official shirt. Muse didn't even design this. I just saw it. I'm like, dude. And I ordered it, and all that. There's Muse Productions up there. Exercising his freedom of speech, whether you like it or not, which is, of course, the thing that my catchphrase is based off of. YouTube.com/Muse Productions. Go subscribe. Next we have Mastodon. I got this shirt when I saw Mastodon at 2013's Mayhem Fest. This was the shirt that I got there. Didn't get any other shirts, just got Mastodon because Mastodon are pretty damn cool. Pretty funky little cartoon on the front with, you know, monkey riding a motorcycle, carrying a woman wearing leopard print clothing. No dates on the back, unfortunately, so that's kind of the reason I never really wore this shirt an awful lot, but still, Mastodon. Next, another non-band shirt that I ordered online. Official GATG. Yes. Ordered this because, you know, apart from Official GATG being one of my favorite channels on YouTube, Stout is also one of my best friends that I've ever made online, and maybe even in general. I'd wager that Stout is up there on my best friends in general. I love the guy, I love his channel, and I cannot recommend it enough. Next is a shirt where I forget where I picked it up, but here we have the Beastie Boys. Check your head. This is the only rap shirt that I have, really. I'm not exactly one to get shirts of, you know, rappers. I've seen some, I've contemplated on it, but, you know, I then thought, would I ever wear this? You know, then again, I don't wear a lot of these, really. But still, I've never been one to really get a lot of rap shirts, and I've seen a fair amount, whether they be Wu-Tang, whether they be Biggie, whether they be... I'm sure there are a bunch of NWA shirts out right now, but still, Beastie Boys, there was a time before MCA died where I thought the Beastie Boys were going to be my very first rap show, and I've never even been to a rap show before. I've always contemplated on that as well, but it's an environment that I've never been in before, but then again, I've always thought I'd stick out there a lot. But still, Beastie Boys, love them. Next we have a shirt I've seen a few other people wear, actually. I picked this up at Newbury Comics. This would be Motorhead, England. And on the back, it actually has stuff on the back. Everything louder than everything else. And there's the Ace of Spades, of course. Next, we have Sublime, which is another shirt that I'm sure a lot of people probably own something of. Sublime. There's the rest of the word Sublime. There's all the members. There's the nice little sunshine from their first album. Is there anything on the back? No. Next is a shirt from Newbury Comics, another one. This is Green Day. Move this down a little bit. And it depicts Dookie, you know. I saw this, you know, it's the only Green Day shirt that I could really imagine myself owning because I do love the album Dookie. It's one of my favorite punk albums of all time, and it's my favorite of Green Day's albums. It really is great. And, you know, not a bad looking design, and yeah. Next we have a shirt that I also got at the same place I got the Motley Crue tour shirt that I showed you earlier, because who else was on that bill? Poison. I'm sure you can guess why I've never worn this shirt before. I've never worn this shirt because what the fuck would people say to me if I walked around wearing this shirt and here's Bret Michaels showing off his fucking chest, showing off his fucking six-pack, you know? I would get really strange looks. So I've never worn this shirt out before. But still, it's something I couldn't really go wrong with, you know? It's got all the red, white, and blue because, you know, America and all that, and they, of course, do a cover of We're an American Band by Grand Funk Railroad on one of their compilation albums. And I also like how it has Something to Believe in down there. That's my favorite of Poison's ballads. It's a lot better than Every Rose Has Its Thorn, in my honest opinion. On the back, we got more of those stars, more of all that. The logo's in red now. Tour 2011, and let's find Mansfield, because this was in Mansfield. There's Mansfield. Holy fuck. There it is. Up next, got this, I think it was in either a Hot Topic or Newbury Comics at my mall back home, and this is System of a Down. Cannot go wrong with System of a Down. There's the S, there's the O, there's the A, there's the D. Not bad designs over there. And again, can't go wrong with System. Next we have a shirt of a band I've shown you in this series already. And this would be Aerosmith. Before I got the tour shirt, this was my Aerosmith shirt. I picked this up at a Five Below store that I walked in with my brother and his friends one day, and I'm like, holy shit, it's an Aerosmith shirt. I want to get that, because Aerosmith is great. And thus is that. Not the greatest design, but I like the colors, but there's that. Obviously, the concert shirt trumps it, obviously. Next we got Mr. Hendricks. There's his face, and there's that. Of course, it's green. Nice little break from all the black, and yeah, not a bad shirt. Used to wear it a lot. And finally, I got this, I think, at the same time as the System of a Down shirt, and this would be Deftones. I like the colors on this a lot, and I like the way the lettering is. Really is some pretty coloring. I like it a lot. I don't think there's anything on the back of it. Can't go wrong with Deftones either. Deftones are a great band. So, thus concludes this episode of Shades Shirt Collection. Stay tuned for the next episode. I'm Shades, and I'll see you next time.